Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Phill Boogie, and welcome to another episode of Isolation Be Like. I have possibly 5 to 6 minutes without someone walking into the room, possibly. I'm not in my car studio or my studio on campus. I am in my bedroom studio / in my bed about to take a nap, but I felt like I wanted to record, so here I am wrapped in my favorite blanket with the remote by my side because I'm going to cut on something to watch that I will roll over on and not actually watch, and then drift to sleep and then wake up and then cut it off because the sound is irritating me, and then go back to sleep for a little while because it's Sunday, and that's what you do when you can do it. So, not much, and that's not true. I would say not much going on. There's a lot going on. I bought something for myself, which I'm very excited about. I was up late one night, and there was an ad for a gardening system. I had been searching for some garden supplies, so of course my sponsored ads on Facebook read my mind and placed some ads in my timeline, and I ran across this device, a hydroponic vegetable growing system that's like 5 feet tall, maybe taller, and can grow 30 plants at a time. And it just looked amazing. It has Wi-Fi, it has cameras. There's a computer system that lets you know when it's time to trim the roots, so maybe it's time for a harvest or to switch the plants around to get more light. So I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, this is insane. And about an hour later, after looking at some videos on YouTube, I decided that I wanted it, so I bought it. And it's in my house. And I am growing all manner of leafy greens and herbs in my house. I got it about a month and a half ago, and maybe 3 weeks into it, we were able to make a small salad. With it. Maybe it's been 2 months. So we've been making salads. I've been seasoning all manner of foods with dill and fresh Thai basil and fresh basil and cilantro that just tastes like I've never, like literally, it's not even farm to table. It's the corner of my dining room to my plate. Like, it's that fast. Like, the freshest greens you can eat. It's amazing. No dirt. Just water and a little TLC. And a robot that tells you what to do. And it sends you messages on an app. You know, light work. So that's been my way of escaping. I harvest once a week a bounty of vegetables and herbs that I will use for a couple of days. And then as that runs out, the leaves are growing again. Then I can make small salads in between the next big harvest. It's really a great distraction, and it's really nice to eat food that I'm growing in my own house. We're all eating it. It's great. The kids are eating the salads, and just eating fresh basil leaves and all kind of stuff. It's pretty awesome. So today was harvest day, and I have a big bowl of mixed salad greens, and then I have a separate dish filled with like dill, cilantro, basil, and some other things that I pulled aside, and I dried the basil so that I can use it later, because I knew that I wasn't going to use basil on anything in the next couple of days, and I didn't want it to go bad, so I dried it and put it in a little glass jar and put it in my spice drawer. Fresh basil that I made at home. Like, it's insane. I'm going to go get some labels. I'm about to be on HGTV, first of all, because I haven't seen anybody look like me on HGTV, so maybe that's my next calling. But so I have my little, dry basil in a little spice jar that I made today, but I'll use, on something maybe later in the week. And then There's tons of greens for a salad tonight, so I'm going to make a nice little meal, have a nice little salad, and we'll have some more left over for tomorrow, which is exciting. The dill, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use, but I think I'm going to make something with some potatoes that I bought today in the air fryer that I got for Christmas. We'll see. And the cilantro, I'm going to, I just love it. I'm making some quesadillas, so that'll, we'll make that work. So I had time. I'm growing time, and I have no idea what to do with it. Even though I love the aroma and I love the flavor, I just never know what to do with it. So I Googled uses, and I saw that you can use thyme and make tea. So I cut some stems and I put them in my little cheapy French press that I have and let it steep. I bought it from IKEA. It was like $10, but a little French press. I let the thyme, fresh thyme, steep to make thyme tea. And I was looking at this thyme floating around in the boiling water in the French press on my counter amidst all of these freshly cut vegetables and just leafy greens that I just cut in the middle of my dining room. And I was on my own nerves. Like, I was over myself. But anyway, I was going to have my tea, so I let it steep. And I love that I was trying to do it discreetly because my husband is irritated by all of this. Like, it gets on his nerves. Like, watching me sit in the living room, in the dining room, harvesting my vegetables, because I'm really serious about it, right? I'm checking the leaves, and I'm checking, the levels of, like, water and things like that. It's very exciting. I feel like I did something. Like, it's like you watch something grow, and then you can eat it. It's not a bad habit. It's like a healthy distraction, right? And it's become my Sunday thing since I can't watch CBS Sunday Morning in the actual morning because, kids. So this is it. I can harvest. The kids can eat fresh greens while I harvest, and everybody's happy. And I can drink, a cup of tea or something while I'm doing that. So anyway, I've harvested. I steep this thyme. It smells fantastic, and I pour myself a glass. And I'm trying to do it when my husband isn't looking because I didn't want his commentary. But he saw it, and he ignored it. I'm surprised he didn't say anything. So he walked out of the room, and I went about pouring the water into a mug. And then he comes in and he goes, "So how was your tea?" Which, of course, I'm like, he's been waiting to say something. But I was like, I don't know, because I haven't had it, but it smells great. He refuses to acknowledge that he can smell anything. I put the damn mug up against his nose. He says he couldn't smell it, but I thought it was a delicate, beautiful aroma. And I proceeded to have a mug of tea made with just steeped thyme. I didn't put any honey in it. I just let it be what it was. It was quite refreshing. But then, after I finished harvesting fresh vegetables and drying basil and storing my dill and cilantro for later use, and making thyme tea, I devoured a double cheeseburger and a fish fillet from McDonald's. I put 2 McDonald's sandwiches on top of thyme tea that I made in my French press from fresh thyme that I grew in my dining room. Those things don't go together. But I was too tired to make. I didn't want the salad at that moment, and I was too tired to think about what else to do. And the kids hadn't had a burger in a week because we're trying to limit the whole fast food thing. So I went to get their burger, and I just gone and I bought myself one, and I didn't intend to eat 2 sandwiches. I brought home a sandwich for my husband. I knew he didn't want it, but I bought one because that's what I do. I'm going to bring home something. If he don't want it, it can go wherever it's going to go. In this instance, it went inside my stomach because it was there. And I'm tired. I'm fucking exhausted. And the range of emotions from going from fresh picked vegetables in your dining room to sipping time tea into to gorging on McDonald's is just too much. It's the end of the semester, and students aren't doing what students do. They're telling me, first of all, I teach a storytelling course, and I teach another course in which there's room for you to tell a story. And there are students who I haven't heard from most of the semester who are now wanting to tell me a story about where they've been. The truth is, you could have told me that story and put it in a podcast, and it would have counted as an assignment as opposed to doing nothing. Why are you telling me your story for free? You could have gotten points for it if you had done the assignment. Tell that story on your iPhone and put some music on the front and in the back and call it a podcast. At least you would have got one assignment in. You're giving up a free story for no points. But now you want to tell a story all through the email and everything about where you've been. We all been the same place. Miserable. Miserable. You ain't got to tell me. Want to tell me all the details? I don't want to know the details of my own story right now. Okay? It's amazing what they will tell you. You know, I've had students tell me all manner of things over the years. It ain't nothing like a student who ain't did shit coming to tell you a story a week before classes end. You know, now they want to tell you everything about their mama, all the diseases their mama got, and how she lost her job down at the plant, and how the student had to go work 3 newspaper delivery routes and whatever. You know, but they're a good student. They're always a good student. They intended to do all the work. They just couldn't because they had to give blood every day to get $5 in that sip of orange juice. And by the time they made it home, it was midnight. And they had to take care of their baby brothers and sisters. And they could not possibly even just shoot you an email because the Wi-Fi was out. Because the project that they live in, you can't get Wi-Fi. It doesn't even have a roof on it. So it rains directly into their apartment. And that's why they haven't turned anything in. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. This week alone, I have had my own stressors. I'm not going to go into all of them. There was a terrible tragedy for someone I love very deeply that I am terribly saddened by. My hearing. I have this thing, a sudden hearing loss. My right ear, I can't hear properly, and there's a ringing tonight. If there's a ringing in my ear, a high-pitched frequency ringing that has not stopped since last Tuesday. It's happened to me before. About 7-8 years ago, went to the ENT. They did some magic. The hearing recovered. The ringing lessened until it eventually went away. And here we are again. I'm praying that they can do what they got to do so I can recover fully with the hearing. But I don't know. I don't know. I have my own things to think about. My own stories, and I'm not telling them those stories. About me. They just think I'm at home living it and just in this. I don't know, eating chocolate dip. You can probably hear my kids screaming. It's nothing I can do about it. I'm living my own stories right now, and I can't, I can't absorb. I got thrown for a second because my husband walked in the room and I had to throw my hand up to tell him not to walk in so I can finish this real quick. This life, this is what I'm saying. I got a story too. I don't want to hear the story about you not having a roof and getting rained on in your apartment. Not relevant to me because I assume that nobody has a roof, that they are giving blood every day so that they can eat, that they are taking care of 20 siblings, that their parents lost their job at the plant, that they work 20 paper routes. I assume all that at the beginning of the semester and design my course in a way, especially during this pandemic, that anything could happen almost. You just gotta shoot me an email, call me, let me know. That's it. And I designed it as such that, especially during this pandemic, the work is designed to allow you the space to get it done. Now, that doesn't say that you may have a circumstance that even with my maneuvering and my strategies of kind of making it easier for people to complete work and during this difficult time, you may still have circumstances that make it even harder for you. Okay. I say in email, in a syllabus, I say everywhere, the minute, just let me know the minute you know. You ain't get to tell me no story. Professor Branch, I can't do this. I can't do that next week. All right, cool. When can you get it? 2 weeks, got it. Boom, let's do it. Because I'm not going back and forth with you. You told me. You didn't tell me a whole bunch of shenanigans. Let's move on. We're adults. Let's be clear. I don't always show up on time either. And I'm not finna tell you a story about it. I'm just going to say, I can't do it. And this is what it is. And I'm sorry. Is there a way we can do it? I'll apologize, possibly depending on the circumstance, but we all got a story. But it's listening to those stories. It's the begging for the grades. It's my ear ringing. It's just the complicated emotions that I'm feeling around a lot of things right now with this pandemic. Where in one sitting I can go from harvesting vegetables to drinking tea made with thyme and then devouring 2 McDonald's sandwiches and a half-cut, well, it's supposed to be a half-cut tea. I went to the McDonald's that doesn't really give a damn what you ask for, and they just give you a bag of what they feel like giving you. So they gave me regular iced tea instead of the tea that was half unsweetened, half sweet. So I had to cut it myself with some water, but I had the tea, I had all of it. And I ate a cupcake on top of that. And guess what? I'm going to eat my fresh cut greens tonight for dinner with this quesadilla I'm going to make out this HelloFresh bag that I wish I hadn't ordered because it takes you 20 hours to chop all them goddamn vegetables that they put in the HelloFresh bag. But I'm going to eat it. But it's all too much. And I'm getting by, but today I had to have the tea and the burgers. And then I joined Weight Watchers, y'all. So now I probably use all my points on that first sandwich for the day. That second sandwich probably took me into tomorrow's points. The cupcake probably took me to the middle of the day tomorrow. The half-cut tea I probably use 2 days of points today. And I'm not good with numbers. I don't know why I joined Weight Watchers. They trick you with this whole list of foods that you can eat. Like, I eat all of that. I eat all of that. I can just eat all this stuff in the 0 point category. All that's in my kitchen. But I want a slice of bread. So I think I ate all this stuff too because I've been counting all these damn points all week. I just joined last week. I've been counting these points. I just had a reaction. But I'm going to go on and get back on track because I think it's important. I'm a parent. I'm an older parent too. I'm not 25 with small children. I'm trying to be here, and it's for myself, right, and feel healthy, but certainly for them. And I don't really have control over everything, but some things I do, like what I eat, which is in part why I bought the hydroponics system. There'd be no excuse not to eat a salad when there's a fucking salad growing in my dining room every day. And so far that's been true. I've been able to, and I enjoy it. I've been able to do that, but there are just points where you just gotta eat the cupcake and the two sandwiches from McDonald's. And you know what? I'm gonna just say that it's a blessing that eating the 2 sandwiches from McDonald's is not the norm anymore. Because there was one point where I would routinely go to McDonald's in my 20s. Maybe early 30s, and I would order the main combo meal, let's say you know, a Southern style chicken with fries and a drink, and then I would order something from the 99-cent menu, and that would be the appetizer that I would eat in the car before I got to wherever I was going. And one day I was on the phone with my friend Vita, and she heard me order the combo meal and the extra sandwich. She asked me who else I was with, and I told her I usually ate a pre-sandwich before I ate the sandwich, and I love Vita and she loves me, but I think I could feel the disappointment in her. And she told me that people don't eat hors d'oeuvres from McDonald's, and she got on me about that. So I slowly weaned myself off of the pre-sandwich hors d'oeuvre or appetizer sandwich and just moved to the one sandwich. And then, for the last little bit of while, I've moved from any sandwich for the most part, with a lot of concentrated effort. But today I ate two. I'm going to go count those points, and if there's no more points left, I'm just going to eat them 0-point food. I'm going to have me some lettuce and some broccoli. I think I can eat eggs with a teaspoon of oil. Some mushrooms or something. I can't eat no bread, no pasta, nothing. I'm just going to have to eat that for a couple of days to 0 points and catch up. Now, I don't know if this does anything for my cholesterol, but it makes me feel better to stay within the points, and I'm not going to cheat my points. And as I talk about this, it's driving me crazy. I don't want to count these points. I just want to lose this weight again. I want to be this big, and I want to be taking this damn high blood pressure pill. And I don't want to count points. There got to be a better way. And I'm going to take a nap now because it's Sunday, and I can. Yeah, and I need it. I need some rest. The ringing, all the stuff in my head. I think some of it is just I just need some rest too. And don't get worried if you're listening to this and you're just like, oh my God, his head is ringing. Is it? Nah. I think it could be allergies, right? I don't know. I don't mean to scare anybody. So don't be worried. But I appreciate you. I love you if you are concerned. I'm concerned too. I just want to know what it is because this is now the second time. But I'm okay. I'm just tired, so I'm going to take a nap. It was good talking to you. And hopefully I can find a moment to do this again very soon. But in the meantime, you guys stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And thank you for listening. Stay safe, stay sane, and wash your hands. All right? Take care. Peace.